It's a big day for former President Donald Trump. Time is almost up for him to post a nearly $500 million bond in his civil fraud trial. Now, if he doesn't, some of his New York properties could be seized. Trump is also expected to appear in a New York City courtroom today for a hearing in the Stormy Daniels hush money case. That hearing could determine when the first of his 4 criminal trials will begin. And we have team coverage of the former president's legal woes. CBS News legal contributor Rebecca Roiphe is here with us in Studio 57. She's following today's bond deadline. And our Errol Barnett is standing by outside the Manhattan courtroom this hour, covering the hush money hearing. Thanks to both of you. So, Errol, let's start with you. Begin with explaining to us why Trump's team is arguing that this trial should be delayed beyond the April 15th deadline.
Hey there, Chanel. Great to see you. Well, this is really a split-screen day for Donald Trump, and it all has to do with his activities before he became president in 2016. The first criminal case against a former president was supposed to begin today in the courtroom you see behind me, but it's been delayed. This all centers around roughly $130,000 payment made from candidate Trump back in 2015, 2016 to pornographic actress Stormy Daniels, a payment that was facilitated by one of his former fixers, Michael Cohen. All of that is to be debated. Jury selection was supposed to begin today, but recently state prosecutors disclosed additional evidence from Michael Cohen. Both sides of the legal team, or both sides of this case, said they needed more time to go through those documents. So rather than jury selection beginning behind me today, the state judge overseeing the trial, Juan Merchant, has said he now wants to get in front of both legal teams, see who is to blame for this such late disclosure, and then likely delay the trial by some 30 days. Team Trump says this is evidence of prosecutorial misconduct. They say the entire case should be dismissed or it should be delayed at least 3 months. And that's just one half of the legal troubles Donald Trump will face today.
So let's pick up on that point with Rebecca. How big of an issue is disclosure, and how much could this impact what happens next?
It is a huge issue, but there's a question here, a factual question, which the judge needs to get to the bottom of, which is what happened here? Why did this happen? The Manhattan DA is claiming that this is a result of the former president's own strategic delay, since he sent a subpoena to the federal prosecutors late in the game asking for these documents. So we'll see what the judge finds out during this hearing, which will determine when the trial date will be set.
So, Errol, if the case does move forward, what's really at stake here? I mean, what could this mean for Trump and his presidential campaign?
Well, either way, Chanel, because the presidential campaign is underway in earnest, we're going to continue to see what we've been seeing for the past few months, and that is that Donald Trump uses these court appearances as an opportunity to address his supporters. We do understand that this afternoon, sometime after 1 p.m., Donald Trump will go to one of his properties here in New York, 40 Wall Street, and address the cameras, likely speak about the fact that this, in his view, is just an effort by Democrats to take him down. Ironically, 40 Wall Street is one of the buildings that may be seized by New York State in the other trial, but I'm sure you'll discuss that in a moment. Either way, though, even if this gets delayed by 90 days, the hush money case, it continues to put Donald Trump's legal problems front and center in a presidential campaign. And as I mentioned at the top, this is the first time a former president faces a criminal trial. So historic, no matter how you see it. Donald Trump, though, wants to delay and get these cases out of the way.
So, Rebecca, let's talk about that other case happening in New York today. Do you think Trump is going to be able to make bond? And what happens if he can't?
I mean, from everything he said, he's going to have trouble doing that. And if he can't, there are a number of potential options for him. I mean, and for the attorney general, she could proceed with foreclosure on some properties. This is a long and complicated process that could take up to a year, especially because his property.
To seize the properties?
Well, to go through the entire foreclosure process, yes, because essentially the debt and the ownership structure of these properties are complex. All of the co co-owners, all of the creditors need to be informed. There needs to be a process. If it's out of state, you need to go through an out-of-state court. So it is not a quick and easy fix to the problem.
Okay, we'll have to keep a close eye on this. Rebecca, thank you. Errol, thank you as well.